Harvey Norman. Shop in store or online at harveynorman.com.au. And Hungry Jack's makes it better.
Round 26 in the NRL. The St George Illawarra Dragons are hosting the Manly Seagulls. Today they're calling it Wishy Day. Yes, farewell to Rod Wishart. What a great player he's been for not only the St George Illawarra Dragons, but of course the Steelers. He made his debut for the Steelers in Wollongong in 1989. And a bit of a break for Rod Wishart, named in the 17 jersey, but he will start in the back line for the Dragons today. Number 20 there is Warren Carney, only his second match, but Jeff Turvey leads the Manly side out onto the park, unbeaten in their last 3 outings. They're finishing strongly, but they've left the run far too late after their terrible start to the season when they lost 7 in a row. They've only lost 1 of their last 7 matches. 16-point winners over South last week. Prior to that, they pulled off one of the comebacks of the season to draw with Brisbane. Peter Sharp is the coach. Since taking over, he's won 9 of the 16 matches, so he's on the right side of the ledger. You can see number 11, Steve Menzies, into the centres in place of Terry Hill, and Greg Eberl comes into the second row to replace Menzies. And Cliffy Lyons, 332nd match for the Seagulls. Will it be his last? A roar of the crowd here, and a good crowd as well, as the Dragons make their way out into the Wollongong sunshine. Unbeaten here at WIN Stadium. They've won 5 from 5. A couple of changes to the lineup we've already highlighted. And they're on their feet here. The red and white army on the hill. The coaches, David Waite. So it looks like McGregor and Ainscough will be the pairing in the centres. Wishart and Blacklock on the wing. Mackay and number 16 comes in for Nathan Brown. They'll miss Nathan Brown today around the ruck. And of course, on the change bench, it's a new lineup there with Lykevold, Thompson coming back from injury, Hooper and Carney. Some exciting young talent there in number 19 and 20. Brad Mackay, final home game here at WIN Stadium. 17 origins for the Blues, 12 internationals for the Kangaroos. And Rod Wishart, 30 years of age, 176 first grade match, his debut in '89. He's done it all. Test matches, origins. He'll be hoping to go out with the premiership with the Dragons this year.
While he kicks it.
Sean Hempstead is our referee. The video man is Noel Bissett, and we are underway. First touch of the ball for the Manly Seagulls. Let's go sideline now to Brett Kenny to check on conditions.
Well, Greg, it's a beautiful day down here in the Gong, and not a cloud in the sky. Slight breeze, nothing to worry about, but I think we're going to be in for a very good game here today. I don't think St George Illawarra are going to have it all their own way.
Opawati plays at 30 out from his own line. Sedaris fires it off now to Kosev. 3 wins from 9 matches. In fact, 3 wins and 9 losses on the road for Manly this year, as we see Tierney take it up. They lost their first 8 matches away from Brookvale, but they've won 3 of their last 4, so they are finishing the season on a bit of a roll. Back to Cliffy, and Lyons gets the kick away, but he picks out Luke Patton, and Patton, one of the best kick returners in the game, will play it about 25 metres out from his own line. The crowd roared there as he was lifted up, but I think they lowered him to the ground gently. And the roar of the crowd, Gary Freeman, is for Wishart. They love him here.
Yeah, they certainly do. They like to see him make a couple of long breaks and maybe have some kicks at goal at the same time. That player was actually falling into the tackle. The linesman was right there, so I don't know what the referee's going on about. Because Cliffy saw him come into the tackle. That was Fitzgibbon, but he did go high on.
You need me to tell you it was high. Just keep him down, right? It's pretty clumsy.
Yeah, that's the referee saying pretty clumsy. Nothing was actually met by that tackle, and he's just jumped on the top of him. Well, Brett Kenny, that was right in front of you, mate. What do you think about that tackle?
Yeah, it was. Look, I've seen worse let go. I just think there was nothing in it. Sure, he was a little bit high, but there was no swinging arm, and I think it should have been just play on, let the game flow.
Well, the linesman was right there. That's what I couldn't believe. He didn't come onto the field and say anything.
Well, it's good field position for the Dragons. Centre field, 25 metres out. Smith plays it, and now it's Mundine. He gives it to Patton. Patton probing, taken by Menzies, and also Cliffy Lyons. McGregor He's the captain. Gives it to Pearson. Mundine wide they go to a flat-footed Barrett. He starts to move. Gives it to Tracy standing out wide. Out the back door. And Albert Torrens has it for the Sea Eagles, just forcing the pass there, causing the turnover.
It's good work there by the Manly players to get themselves in around the ruck area. There you go, Tracy's just flicking the ball out the back door. Torrens come up for Manly.
Gardner.
Interesting to note out there, Steve Menzies without headgear on.
Playing out in the centres.
Maybe he reckons he doesn't need it out there. No tackling to be done.
Well, now they fire it over on the far side. The cover got across there, and they've lost it. Through, couldn't control it. Play on.
Hold, Manly, hold, Manly, hold!
Barrett. Back on the inside to Blacklock. Taken by Frew. Ainscough to Brad Mackay. And now Smith. Back to Mackay. Mundine. Fitzgibbon. Back to McGregor. McGregor to Wishart. Cutting back on the inside. Every time he touches the ball, the crowd are on their feet. Mundine. Short ball. Bartram couldn't find a gap there. Good tackle by Tuvey. Penalty.
Stand away from him, please.
Interference in the play the ball area.
Down, though, Jeff. You pulled him down. Pull him down.
You see Jeff Tuvey there saying to the referee, Hampstead, mate, I did not touch that player then. He said, yes, you did. He was saying that you pulled him down. That's when he was trying to force the ball down. You dropped the ball. Be interested to see how quick he gets cut. He's up there. I think he's just fallen over. I think the ball might have touched Jeff Tuvey's foot just there. Well, what he's trying to do is trying to put the ball in front of where Jeff Tuvey was trying to stand. So I think it could easily have gone the other way.
Well, it's gone the Dragons' way, and it should be an easy 2 points for Wayne Bartram. Jeff Tuvey not happy about that. 4 minutes gone. Hoping for another 100% effort today. The flags go up. Scoreboard ticks over. And so the Dragons are in front here at Wynn Stadium, 2 points to 0. That'll settle things down a little bit, if anything else, or if nothing else. Bartram on the score sheet.
The game has really started at a very hectic pace. Everyone's trying to get involved. You see from Wishart, he's had probably 2 or 3 hit-ups already. Putting the ball up very, very hard now. Fitzgibbons will go forward for St George Illawarra. He makes it about 4 metres.
Up towards the 30. Pearson. Good strong run, good strong defence by Sidaris. Pretty strong defence on the bench today as well with Terry Hill. That's a real blow not having Tezza out there. On defence or on attack, he's been in fine form recently. Barrett goes wide to Mundine. Not a great pass, he went behind Ainscough. Torrens came through, took him around the legs. Tracy, inside the Sea Eagles territory. Final tackle coming up. There's a kick from Barrett. And Hopewadi gets a pretty good bounce, and it's a good chase. Plenty of Dragons there to contain the big man. King of dummy half gives it to Menzies.
Oh, that is a very strong tackle there by Smith. Breaks with the big front rower. A very good job now. St George Illawarra. Good for a high tackle.
It was high, Brad. Just keep him down, right? It's too high.
At least he's consistent, the referee. Did penalise Cliffy Lyons before for a high tackle. There's the tackle there made by Brad Mackay. That's why the penalty.
9 from halfway. Sidaris gives it to Tierney.
Jeff Tuvey absolutely blowing up there, saying they went back there 10. Tell you what, I tend to agree with him on that call.
Gardner out wide. Good strong run. Carried 2 or 3 defenders for 5 metres or so. Sidara, short ball. Joseph pops it up and King just couldn't control it.
Knock on both ways.
So half a chance goes begging there.
Double knock on. Saints feet.
Very unlucky, weren't they? If King could have held that ball, made some damage around that ruck area. Here's Kosovici hitting the ground. It's close enough nearly to be penalised because I think his elbows had actually hit the ground before he passed the ball.
Hey, fellas.
At the same amount of errors per match this season for both sides. Barrett. Mundine. Ainscough. That's Smith. Just a couple of metres inside Manly territory. Tracy. Mundine at first receiver. Well, that's a rare mistake from Mundine. Knock back. Now he loses it.
Manly have to go wide now.
Sidaris and Cliffy. Dummies. Tried to duck under the tackle there from Fitzgibbon. Sidaris turning it back to Cunningham.
George!
Owen has played every match so far this season for the Sea Eagles. 16 is on there. Greg Eberl named on the bench, but starting in the second row. Tierney with a good strong run. He's lost it. 1-on-1. And now Patton loses it as well. They go both ways. They'll play the first one.
I
thought Sidaris was chasing through. I thought there was probably two on the tackle there. Could have easily been a penalty for stripping of the ball. It wasn't. And it's the second time Patton's had a chance to really pick the ball up, so he knocked on by Manly. He's dropped it cold twice.
Well, just hold the Saints, hold the Saints. In you go, Nick, in you go, Nick.
Barrett to McGregor. Crossfield. Taken by Torrens. Smith. It's a halfway mark. To the short side through Tracy. Great run. Garrett Tracy. Oh, but he threw it to a Manly Sea Eagle. Obviously got the call from Gartner. And now they go wide. Lines over to nobody.
Don't the crowd love that one?
Well, the idea was probably okay, Brett Kenny down there on the sideline, but he needed to just pick out Hopewadi and not the touch judge.
Well, Greg, he certainly did. I don't know how he could have missed John Hopewadi over the touch judge, but the idea was right. They had to throw the ball wide. They had him short then, St George Illawarra, but unfortunately the pass didn't go to hand, as we see it right here. A little too high.
Let him in.
So this is good field position for the Dragons. Barrett. Mundine. Ainscough trying to get on the outside of his man, and Torrens has come up with some pretty good tackles out there so far in this match. Patton up from fullback, 10 metres out. 2-0. The Dragons over the Sea Eagles. Now it's Craig Smith straight ahead. Brad Mackay to the short side. Blacklock pops it over. Patton put it down. It's a try. Great work on the short side. Blacklock to Patton, and he beat the corner flag. Slammed it down for the first four-pointer in this match. 6-0, the Dragons.
It's one thing that the Dragons have been doing so well here today, playing those short sides. They get around over to about 70-80% of the field, then they go down that short side once again. You see there's only two Manly players there in defence. Tuvey comes out of dummy half. Well, that is great work there by Blacklock to get the ball over to Patton, who goes over. Well, a very well-deserved try by the Dragons.
Well, he did very well, Blacklock here. He's dragged the winger in, which created a small overlap, and it was a very good pass under difficult conditions.
And one of the things about it was St George, they do it so well. Like you said, Brett Kenny holding the ball out in two arms, did bring in Andrew Frew, the winger. You see Daniel Gart there, the number 12 jersey for Manly, saying he thought that was a forward pass. The linesman was in great position. He said, no, that is a try.
Difficult conversion attempt for Bartram, although he has a reasonable record for sideline attempts, 50%. come round. Oh, it's waved away. No goal, but the scoreline is looking healthy enough at this stage for the Dragons. 6-0. 12th minute. Nathan Brown. Mark Coyne there as well. Simmons. They're enjoying things so far.
Well, they're here on the scoreboard, but it's nice to have a bench like that, isn't it? You know they're going to come back into the side. Semi's only a week away. Colin Ward there also. They're going to be very strong, St George.
Well, there's a restart from the Seagulls, and Manly just haven't had any quality ball down inside the Dragons' territory. Mackay, taken by Phil Adamson, and also Owen Cunningham.
The major problem with the Manly side, they've had the ball 5 times, but they only managed to complete 1 set of 6. You can see their possession there, 72%, Manly 28.
Well, now Menzies has it. He was crunched there by Fitzgibbons. Adamson. Good solid defence. Thompson in there, wrapping up the ball. Kosef. Tuvey. Got it to Gartner. No support, though. That's better work from Tuvey.
They've got to get on the right-hand side, as they do.
Kosef to Torrens. Mundine wraps him up and throws him into the turf. Frew moves into acting half. Sidaris. Oh, Colella just took his eyes off the ball momentarily and coughed it up.
Sidaris was really trying to get the ball in behind him, then there was just no one else available, so he gave the ball to Koala. Watch this there, the ball I think should have been gone to the man behind him, because St George had moved up very, very quickly on the short side there. He's probably had some more opportunities out wide.
Standing out, Brett.
14 minutes gone.
Wayne Barton, stay in.
6-0. And the try scorer, Patton! Oh, simple as that. Tuvey's tracing. Menzies is tracing. Menzies will lunge, but it's too late. Luke Patton, he's got a double already. And they're on their feet here, the Red and White Army.
That's just a magnificent try there to Luke Patton. Individual. You don't really see too many tries scored from scrum moves or anything, but he was just taking the ball forward. He just showed light foot. Just watch this here. Ball out there by Barrett. It goes left, goes right, comes back inside, gets inside King. Oh, that is a tremendous effort. I'll tell you what, you've got to give a big rap to Bobby Menzies and Tuvey to give chase. The Manly players there tried very hard. Well, that kid, once he's in the clear, no one's going to stop him.
Well, there was nothing on. It was a very good step. Good fend. Owen Cunningham did very well to get out of the scrum that quickly, but once he was in the clear, I don't think there was any chance anyone was going to stop him from scoring a great try.
Andrew King needed to probably go up a little bit slow, so he stayed on the inside of that bloke there, and Patton probably would have had more chance of making the tackle.
Bartram just to the right of the uprights. No problem from there. 12 points to 0. St George Illawarra over Manly. 16th minute. Luke Patton, only 19 years of age. What a talent.
It was a fine break. As I mentioned, there wasn't a great deal on, but he had plenty of bodies in front of him. Very good step off the right foot. Great chase by Steve Menzies as well. We all know he's very fast, but you know, just never give up.
Steve Menzies playing his 150th game for Manly today as well. Line breaks, 3-0 to the Dragons. And this is a problem for Manly. They cannot complete their sets of 6. The Dragons only doing 50%. But that looks pretty good compared to Manly stats.
50% and 2 tries.
Well, now they're into touch. So Manly will get the feed into the scrum, 30 metres out from the line. It's important for them to hit back.
McGregor in that tackle there. Fitzgibbons getting dragged over the sideline, but he actually gets caught up in the tackle just there and twists his ankle. You can see him just grabbing that right ankle of his. He's gone back out there, but I'll tell you what, the trainer already has called for someone to replace him. If there's the call, I'll tell you what, Manly should be attacking that left-hand side straight away. Tuvey from the base of the scrum.
He runs into Mundine. Kallela running from dummy half and giving it to Torrens. For a moment, it looked like the gap was going to open up, but it soon closed. Phil Adamson. So they're inside the red zone now, the Sea Eagles. Sidaris to his captain, Tuvey. Tuvey dummying. He's trying to twist out of the tackle from Bartram and Lightvolt. Sidaris. Kosef, they go wide. Torrens getting on the outside, and Torrens is in for the try. They've hit back. Manly on the score sheet. Trailing 12-4 now.
It's just good work really from Nick Kosef on the inside. Give a nice long ball, but Albert Torrens did a magnificent job. As we now see Paul McGregor leaving the field. He goes out nice and wide, gets on the outside of his man at Ainscote. Look at that nice long ball, held up the defence just in time. Gives a little bit of left-hand fend. It just gets over just in the nick of time for the Manly side to come up with a nice 4-pointer.
Well, this is the first time we've seen the Sea Eagles actually in the Dragons' territory with the ball. They've done very well. Then they held control of the ball for their six tackles, but very good pass, held it up. Good long flat pass, good decoy run. Torrens on the outside, and it's always very difficult to try and stop your man on the outside. You always got to try and keep him on the inside.
He's going to try and convert as well. Eight or 9 metres in from that far touch.
I think this is the quietest the crowd's been all day. After just over 19 minutes of play.
Treatment for McGregor. And Torrens, one of 2 players to have played all 23 matches so far. It's a shocker. Stick to scoring 4-pointers, Albert. 12-4. The Dragons over the Sea Eagles.
Oh, don't hold back, Greg Clark. As you did say, it was a pretty ordinary kick.
I think he was trying to kick to someone up in one of the sponsors' boxes.
Well, at least they got on TV.
It's been a problem for Manly this year. They've had to chop and change their goal kickers. And Wishart. So the Sea Eagles run it back to the 20. Tierney. Well, he looked to offload there and he's knocked it on. Fair call. Threw the ball away. Accidentally hit Craig Fitzgibbon. He wasn't too happy about it.
I don't think it was accidental, just quietly. I think that he's got up there and said something to him. He gets up there and he looks at Fitzgibbon and pushes the ball straight back in the bushka.
I tell you, looking at that replay, Fitzgibbon did have a hand there.
Yeah, but what he was saying, that the player, Tierney, was trying to pass the ball. That's where this rule's a little bit crazy.
Barrett got it away to Hooper. On for the Dragons at 19. Barrett is probing from dummy half. Warren Carney in 20 moves to acting half. The Thompson dummies. Manly under pressure. Bartram. Now they should go wide. Carney and Barrett to Mundine. Ainscote. Good defence again. That's Albert Torrens. Thompson. Mundine. Kicking for Wishart. He takes it. He's got Hooper with him. Rod Wishart getting very close. Held up. No try. He backed himself. It's the handover. It's the final tackle.
It was interesting to know that the referee didn't go for a video replay. Clippy Line just get on the outside and just lucky. Menzies turns up in the nick of time just to roll Wishart over on his back.
John Hapawadi did very well then. He wasn't tempted to come in on Wishart, and that forced Wishart to have to take the ball himself.
Tierney. Sedaris to Kosef. Final tackle coming up now for Manly. Kick from Hayden. Patton. This time, he can't beat the defence.
I think Hayden would be a little bit better off now as Wishart goes up again. He's gone straight through.
Ball down from behind by the debutant, the number 18, Dragan Derdovic. Lightfold, that's the halfway mark. Mundine. Sloppy pass, cleaned up by Thompson. Carney. Barrett. Goes to the air. Hopewadi. Wishart knocks it back.
Forward.
It went forward. That'll be the handover.
Well, I think the players even want Wishart to score the tries because every kick that Fitchman picked up, kick so far, is all going out to this right-hand winger. Rod Wishart, he goes up nice and high here. Watch the St George players just hold back just a fraction because they knew if he got the ball back, they had a chance of attacking their line once again.
One try from a kick in the last 6 games, the Dragons, so it hasn't been a great option for them. They haven't had a great success rate.
McGregor back on and Tierney's saying, what about the high shot there?
Looks at the touch judge, looks at the referee. The play goes on, that's the halfway mark. To the short side, Jimmy Sedaris drops it onto the left foot and end on end, it's going to go. End to touch.
Pretty good banana kick there by Jimmy Sedaris.
Penalty?
Yeah. Back on far 40.
Number 3 for Illawarra. Paul, Mary. Penalty. It's going to be a penalty.
Manly's going to go to Manly. The touch judge has spotted something, probably the high shot.
He's right in front of it.
Paul. Far 40-metre line. Number 3 for Illawarra. Clock one of his opponents carrying the ball around the head's worth a penalty. Back
Thanks,
on a
Betsy.
40
Right. Hear what he said, Betsy. You have it right in front of him. He's not going to come in unless there's nothing there. Paul, he's a good touch judge, right?
Well, if he's a good touch judge, why doesn't he come on straight away, Brett Kenny? He was right in front of you, right in front of the linesman. Why not come on?
Riz, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Believe that.
I can't believe that he waited so long to come in. Why not come straight in?
Give up.
Happen. It makes you wonder whether he happened. Oh, look, I agree with the penalty, but I wonder whether the linesman was influenced by the fact that Tierney had a good stare at him.
Well, look, you look at this here. It goes up. It's not much really in that tackle, I don't think. Might have slipped up off his shoulders.
But it was high, and if they're going to be consistent,
which they are being today.
But I agree with you. I just don't understand why he had to wait so long to come in.
There's the stare. The only thing I can think of in his defence is maybe he was playing advantage, thinking, well, they've got possession, let's see what happens with it. But it was a long advantage.
That was the last tackle.
Oh. It's a voluntary tackle.
Can't drive on the ground like that. Can't drive on the ground. No, he wasn't. He was voluntary tackle.
Cliffy has a breather as Manly give away a penalty.
Very interesting that this penalty has been given. Could have been actually a Shepherd there. He does fall on the ground. But as soon as a player places his hand on him, that is deemed a tackle.
But he was on the ground first.
Well, we all go on the ground first. It's the first place you end up.
I think the unfortunate part there for Nick Kosef was if he had tried to get to his feet, he would have been okay. But I think he's realised the Shepherd could have been on and he's hit the deck.
I think there was 2 penalties. One for not taking the voluntary tackle. The other one could have been for the Shepherd, as you said.
Barrett. Mundine. Well, this looks to be out of sorts today so far, Mundine. A couple of sloppy passes, a couple of drop balls.
McGregor had gone across the field beautifully, gave him the ball into a nice little hole there, but
Right, just keep yourself
Just
straight,
not
Manly.
concentrating this
Tom
George
Saints,
side.
Manly's got the feed.
It probably comes with
Stand there, Saints.
a few reasons that they know that they probably are
mate.
going to win this game, and it doesn't matter. They're more worried about next week's game.
Hayden pops it back on the inside. King will play it back to Torrens, the try scorer, 10 from halfway. Hayden, Menzies, crunch by Fitzgibbon. Tackle count starting again. Tuvey to Ebril. Four hands this time from the Sea Eagles.
Let him go now, hands off.
Kosef put it down and it's there for Corey Pearson. And now Tracy.
Never on side, fellas, never on side.
Still 50% completion for the Dragons. Manly a little better for them, 4 from 11. After they'd completed 1 from 5 or 6 earlier on.
That's where the penalty was given. Everyone inside the 10 there.
Pearson taking them on. 12-4, 27 minutes gone. The Dragons on top. Great field position for them. Now it's Mundine. Turning it back to Mackay. The Eagles read that pretty well. Carney to McGregor. Puts it back to Craig Smith. 3 Seagulls defenders in there on him. Mackay goes wide. Barrett, Ainscough to Tracy. He's parked himself out wide on 2 or 3 occasions, Tracy, and has looked dangerous. Now it's Pearson. Pearson got the ball back and he's got a hat-trick, Luke Patton. This is one young man who knows how to sniff out a try. All smiles, and why not? Luke Patton, 3 tries so far in the first half for the Dragons.
He's absolutely on fire, this kid at the fullback area. He plays it well too, gets up, he knows if any of the forwards are going to take the ball forward like this guy here, Corey Pearson. Watch him just throws a little bit of a dummy, goes forward, gets between Gartner, and he slips a beautiful ball there with the young flying fullback, Luke Patton.
Well, he certainly does know how to sniff out a try, but this is poor defence by the Manly side. Someone sort of tightened the ball up then, and but a great pass by Pearson. And there he was, jolly on the spot again.
It's a good little dummy there by the big man, and then had the ability to offload the ball. He had 2 very good defenders around him, and Gartner and Sedaris. As you said, Brett Kenny, they should have made that tackle on him. They didn't. But I tell you what, it was there to be scored, but that man there, Luke Patton, had to turn up to do the rest of the job.
Fitzgibbon sharing the kicking duties with Wayne Bartram. Or 17 metres in from the far touch. Needs it to come round and won't do it. So the scoreline remains the same, Gary, 16-4.
And the next player to have the kick of goal is certainly going to be Wishart. Look at this little dud. I like the way that he did carry the ball, though. Held the opposition up, the Manly defence there. They didn't know whether to come in or he was going to offload the ball and it was going to go out nice and wide on the right-hand side. He just went straight through the middle of it.
Torrens. Patton. This time he's handing it off to Pearson. A minute or so ago was Pearson handing it off to Patton for a try. Craig Smith.
Different area of the field. Craig, they can have the ball down this end.
To the short side. Smith. Driven back by Vedovic. And also Hayden. Barrett back on the inside, Pearson. Final tackle coming up. Goes back to Trent Barrett. He gets a kick away. Looking for Frew's wing. That's a good chase. They came up in one line.
It was a great chase because Ainscough actually got around about 5 or 6 metres in front of them. He slowed up and waited for the line to be nice and complete. Then they went to make the tackle.
Torrens thrown into the turf by Brad Mackay.
Just see the Manly side there, how bunched they are. About 20 to 30 metres on either side of the sideline where they could probably spread out a little bit more, but they're just taking it one off the ruck and easy pickings for the St George forwards.
Phil Adamson was driven back in that tackle. 10 from halfway. Cliffy is out there after a breather. And a fine touch.
Cliffy lucky to get that kick, and there's plenty of pressure from the Dragons coming through. I just think they were a little bit offside there. You see 4 players there. Maybe there's another option if players get on the outside of Cliffy that he can run the ball.
Cliffy was hoping for Rod Wishart to touch that ball, but he managed to stay out of its path. Thompson waiting to come on. McGregor! Nobody in front of him. McGregor getting the legs pumping. Great cover from Menzies. He threw the pass back inside. Manly towed it over the dead ball line.
Well,
Well, 4 or 5 years ago, that was a try.
It was going to be. You can see Cliffy Lyons there just grabbing at McGregor. Young kid got inside of Patton once again. Hopewadi gave great chase. What about the chase of Menzies? And for Tuvey to get there, that is absolutely sensational work there. The ball comes off his knee. That'll be a goal line dropout.
Very smart play by the St George Illawarra side, because Steve Menzies was on the blind side, and Manly brought him back across to the open. As soon as they saw that, the Dragons, they attacked the blind side, which nearly paid off for them. But great cover by Menzies and Tuvey, and a great line dropout.
Wishart. As well to stay in the field of play. This is Thompson.
I'll tell you what, there's a little bit of feeling getting in this game. That was a terrific tackle there by the Manly forwards. Sedaris and Cunningham.
Barrett goes wide to Mundine. Ainscough. Again, Torrens asked to go low. The short side, Barrett opts it out the back door. Mundine, dumming. Now he gives it to Hooper. He'll play it. Blacklock, who hasn't really seen any of the attacking movements yet. Pearson. Final tackle coming up. Brad Mackay at dummy half. Barrett puts it on the toe. Still the final tackle. There's the kick from Ainscough. Who wants it? Sedaris has got it for the Sea Eagles.
I tell you what, lucky for Sedaris was actually having his hands on his hips then. He wanted to know what was there. He thought the ball was going to go out to the right-hand side. Just watch him. There he is with his hands on his hips. And he goes, oh, hello, there's the ball. I better get this one.
I don't think he was too keen on having to take that.
Oh, it's terrible when the cameras catch it out like that.
Andrew Frew, centre field, 25 out from his own line. Adamson.
Have a look at the 10 metres there. There's a couple of players there for St George that are offside. That's why they couldn't get up very quickly then on the Lions kick. But here goes Wishart.
He's taken around the collar. One from halfway. Smith. Got it back to Hooper.
That's a major area that's worrying the Manly side, is the offloads that St George are coming up with. Just out of a set of 6, they come up with probably 2 or 3 offloads at a time.
Barrett and Thompson. Oh, got rid of Cliffy. Got the pass back to Smith.
There's another offload.
Taken eventually by Kosef. Wants a quick play the ball. Now it's Barrett. Kicking ahead, looking for the bounce, but King is back there. And Andrew King will play it for the Sea Eagles. Menzies gives it to Hopewadi.
There's Barrett going to the line, did the right thing. Cliffy Lyons tried to go for the ball. Bounce up just nicely for King there. Good work there by the number 7 to chase through and make the tackle too.
Torrens. Crunch there. Brad Mackay and Tracy. Adamson. Strong run from Phil Adamson. Sidaris. To Cliffy. No other option. Put it in the air. Blacklock. Now he knocks it on. It was knocked back first of all. And a little knock-on spotted. He attempted to regain the ball. You can't believe it.
Saying before, when Cliffy Lyons gets the ball in his hands, he usually has probably one option in the end to kick it. But at that time then he was going to pass with 2 players actually got in front of Ebrel and one other. I think it was Menzies out wide. They've just got to hold back a fraction, then they may be able to run the ball in that last tackle.
Right, good going, mate, please.
Blacklock, the leading try scorer so far. He's got a few people breathing down his neck, though. Lyons. 29 metres out from the line.
Let him up.
Penalty.
Too long.
Cliff will find touch immediately. 16-4, the Dragons over Manly, and Adamson charges onto it. Got it back to Sidaris, only just though. Opawati throws it back on the inside. The bounce is there. Kosef ridden into the ground by Brad Mackay. Cliff Lyons, Sidaris, Kosef. Ebrel will play it. Tuvi back on the inside. The gap closed. Kosef. Lyons gumming to the inside. They didn't fall for it. Sidaris and Tierney. Tuvi. Running onto it again is Torrens. And Torrens is in for his second try. Tuvi did well, he held the pass up, picked the gap. Torrens saw it, and he was through. And a timely try for Manly. And needed points before the break.
Left-hand side there for St George for the defence has been a little bit sus twice now. They've gone through a try for this man there, Albert Torrens. And Ainscoe is the man once again, has come up with a missed tackle. Great ball there by Tierney. Another good ball there by, because a little halfback in Tuvi. Got through a pretty easy tackle once again of Ainscoe, who usually does play on the wing, but is in the centres here today.
Well, we've only seen Manly up in this area twice so far, and both times they've come up with a try, and it's been that same man, Albert Torrens. And again, he got on the outside of Jamie Ainscoe. It's very difficult to make tackles when the opposition player gets on your outside. You've got no cover coming across for you. We'll see it here. Bang, on the outside again. And it's impossible for the cover to get across there. You've got to force him back on the inside.
39th minute, 16-8. St George Illawarra over Manly. Kick to come, and Torrens will try and add the extras, try and convert his second try.
Either that, Greg, or he might be able to get it through that window in the supporters' boxes.
I reckon this one's going to be a better attempt. Hooked it. Last occasion. Well, he's mesmerised. The radar offline again. 16 points to 8. Heading for half-time at Wynn Stadium. 3 tries to 2.
The sort of kicks that you do need just before half-time, and of course the try, but you need those extra 2 points just to stay in touch with this Dragon side. Certainly 16-12 would be a lot better option for them as they go for a short kickoff here, the Dragons. And Munty's got the ball.
As the half-time siren sounds, can they pull a bit of magic out here? McGregor needs to offload. No, they bottle him up. Wrapped him up, ball and all. So that is half-time, the end of the first 40 at Wynn Stadium in Wollongong. The home side, their final appearance here for 1999. Go to the break with the lead. 3 tries to 2. It's the Dragons 16, leading Manly 8.
The burning issues.
Righto, let's talk about the big moment in the game. The Greek-English try. The whole thing's a grey area.
The searing honesty.
I felt for New South Wales in that instant.
It's one of my regrets in rugby league.
The hottest cast.
And doing the talking of Matty Johns, Gordon Tallis, then Mark Guyatt.
8:30 tonight. Don't get left out in the cold. Fan the flames of your footy passion.
A tremendous game of rugby league.
NRL on Fox. Live tonight on Fox Sports.
TPG presents our Super Value Bundle. Get unlimited ADSL2 Plus and home phone line rental. Plus, unlimited local and standard national calls to landlines. Plus, 100 international minutes around the world per month. Plus, a Wi-Fi modem. All for $69.99 a month. Yep, $69.99 a month. TPG is a multi-award winner.
tpg.com.au.
When you can't wait around for pain relief, don't use just any remedy. Nurofen Zavance is specifically designed to be absorbed up to twice as fast as standard Nurofen. So don't miss a moment. Get back to what you were doing fast with Nurofen Zavance. Targeted relief. Fast relief.
Real Insurance understands that looking after my family is my top priority. I want to be able to maintain my lifestyle if something happens, and I don't want to go into debt if I can't work.
With Real Insurance, you can secure an income replacement benefit of up to $10,000 per month if you were to fall ill or suffer an injury that had you off work for an extended period. You can apply over the phone and there are no medical tests or paperwork required. Premiums are affordable and usually tax deductible. So call Real now on 1300 158 602.
Kia's mid-year drive is now on.
From just $39.90 drive away, the price for the Kia Optima SI is almost as attractive as the car.
There's no quit in here or in here. Rexona Men never quits. It reactivates with millions of molecules of protection that keep on working, even after 48 hours. There's no quit in here. You're welcome to look for some.
China Holidays offers the ultimate online experience to dream, plan and book your next holiday.
If you want to visit China on your own terms, you can easily plan where and when you go with China Holidays. Put together your own personalised itinerary, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with instant pricing.
BookChinaOnline.com by China Holidays is my choice.
We're ready for action. The second half. And Torrens gets things underway. 8 points the difference. Smith taken 20 metres out from his own line. Ainscough picks up a couple of metres before he runs into some pretty solid defence from Kosev. To the short side, Tracy. Whoa, see you later. He got rid of Tuvey. Down by Torrens and also Frew. Now it's Corey Pearson, 10 from halfway. Sideline today, Brett Kenny. What was the tips at half-time around the tunnel, Brett?
Well, Greg, for St George Illawarra, David Waite just emphasised the ball security that the players need. Been very sloppy in the first half. Wants them to keep working that short side. They've had a lot of success there. Tighten up the defence around the ruck. He's found that whenever Manly have looked like making a break, it's always been on the edge of the ruck, so he wants the defence tightened up. Other than that, he's quite happy with the way they've been going.
Well, this is comedy of errors here. St George failing to get a decent kick away, and now Manly from the penalty not finding touch. And Patton, how often has he been into space? This time Menzies comes across and claims him before he can score his fourth try. He's having a cracker of a match. Mundine Good field position again for St George Illawarra. So Gary, the bounce of the ball going both ways so far in the second half.
Well, number one, that kick should have been kicked out on the left-hand side. It was a penalty, and Manly once again squander another chance of scoring some points against the Dragons. Oh, what a good hit. That was tremendous, Nick Kosef on Fitzgibbon. Well, the big thing about it, they've got to show some intensity. That's from the Manly players and the Dragons players at the same time.
So Gardner. And Brett. Let's have a look at the most metres first of all. Patton, clearly on top with 95. Great return to the football today. McGregor doing his bit with Pearson and Tracy. And Tierney heading up towards the halfway and getting the pass away to Sidaris. And now to Hopewadi. Big jump. Pull down from behind. Wants a quick play the ball. Cliffy lines. Turning it back on the inside. Hayden getting close to the line. Held up over the line. Well, desperate defence. Hopewadi was like a steam train, Gary. Patton stood his ground, but coming in from behind was Wishart.
Well, we talked about intensity, and it all come from Neil Tierney popping the ball back to Sidaris. Sidaris picked up Hopewadi, got rid of Craig Smith with a big right-hand fend. Like you said, he was a runaway locomotive. The best thing he does here, watch this, just plays the ball, gets it back to Cliffy Lyons. Then Cliffy's looking for players. Where are you, boys? Hayden turns up. Well, there's that man again, Luke Patton, who saves the day along with Smith.
Well, it was probably unfortunate that it was young Adam Hayden and not one of the front rows. A bigger man possibly may have got himself over that line.
Well, because he was held up in one of the early tackles, it was Manly's feet into the scrum. Great position for them, Hayden. Tell you what, a try here will be a real wake-up call for the Dragons. 8 points separating them at the moment, 16 points to 8. Jimmy Sidaris to Tierney.
They need to go wide, they need to go left, get the ball to Cliffy Lyons' hands.
Jimmy Sidaris has lost it. It's play on. McGregor. Sidaris thought he saw the line, charged for it, but left the ball behind. And here's Wishart.
And Sidaris, a man getting out of dummy up, which he does so well. And he just loses the ball there. He's saying he actually got it stolen. There were two players in that tackle, but the referee was on that left-hand side, so he couldn't see.
%50 for Manly, so they've worked their completion rate up from about 10% early on. Carney, a dummy half, giving it back to Barrett. This is Andrew King. He's taken by Fitzgibbon. Big John Hopewadi again. Inspirational stuff from the left winger. Tuvey. There's no runner.
Oh, just going to say, you can see there Tuvey getting out of dummy up, but no one turned up to take the ball. As now Tierney comes up with another mistake for the Manly side. Tell you what, Peter Sharp will not be happy, and I tell you, I think that Tierney will be replaced in that set of 6.
Well, he is Manly's top offloader, but clearly he's been trying to get them away in an impossible position.
You don't offload in those areas there when you're under so much pressure and behind the scoreboard.
Thompson. Corey Pearson. 20 metres out. Carney and Barrett just holding it up. They've coughed it up though. That's a 0 tackle now for John Hopewadi. Cliffy. Taken by Fitzgibbon. Dragons still dominating possession. This is Greg Ebrel. Hayden.
What to see the Manly side try and do is probably put a little chip over the top. Luke Patton is very, very deep. They need to go to the line, put a short one over.
Menzies. Phil Adamson. Got the one-handed pass to Frew. 30-metre mark. Dragons territory. Sidaris. left-footed kick that was partially charged down.
It just showed there, Jimmy Sedaris had no call from his players on his left-hand side. There was opportunities there to run that ball. He kicked it. McGregor's away.
Pulled down by Tuvey. Tried to link up with his winger Wishart, and it's got it a touch over on the far side.
There's 3 defenders out there, maybe 4 with Lance Thompson, but there's 5 or 6 attackers from the Manly side. Here's McGregor going to the line. Good tackle there by Jeff Tuvey. Nice and low. Tried the flick out the back. Wishart had come back inside.
Well, as you mentioned, communication's been a big problem for the Manly side. There is very little talk going on out there, and when there's no talk, of course, there's no direction.
Lyons back on the inside, and now Hopewadi puts it down on the first tackle.
Well, when the scrum was set, Cliffy Lyons said to John Hopewadi, get in here and run here. He told him where the ball was coming through the dummy on the outside. He created a little bit of a gap inside. Tracy was coming over to make the tackle there for St George Illawarra, but he knew the ball was going back in. That was Cliffy Lyons, and Hopewadi just couldn't handle the pass.
And you go, Wayne.
Bartram from the base of the scrum. About 7 or 8 from halfway. Patton. It's Gibbon. Carney. Thompson and now Pearson. Good ball! Mundine. Sedaris hangs on to one leg. Carney. Running from dummy half, giving it to Barrett. And now Patton. Pearson. Big Corey. Taken low by Jeff Tuvey. Barrett. Bounced out of the tackle from Gardner. Tuvey's there to claim him. 10 metres out. Final tackle coming up. 16-8. And Mundine kicking for the far corner to Wishart. Takes it brilliantly. Puts it down. And they will be on their feet here. It's Wishy Day. His final home appearance. And it's a try. He's on the score sheet. Rod Wishart. Good on you.
It's great to see a player of his calibre score a try here. I know he has got the semi-finals to go, but it was a great kick. I think that John Hopewadi just got himself a fraction too deep when the kick was put across. See the tries today, this one, 8 and 99 career highlight, 76 of them. Well, this is a tremendous kick there by Mundine. See where John Hopewadi is on the left-hand side of the screen. They're very, very deep. Allow Wishart to get up there. Does he get the ball down? He reckons he does. So does the linesman.
Well, as you mentioned, Wiz Hopewadi was far too deep. He was well and truly back in the in goal and not out wide enough. A very good kick by Mundine, well taken and put down by Rod Wishart.
John Hopewadi probably caught in 2 minds there, Brett Kenny, whether to make the tackle in mid-air and save the try, or would it be given a try?
Yeah, well, I guess that was them. But unfortunately, I'm not sure whether the Mundine meant the kick to go exactly where it went, but unfortunately for Hopewadi, you know, he was back too far and had to travel too far to get to the ball.
Getting a great reception over in the far corner as he heads back. Red and white army on the bank. They love Wishy. From out wide, Bartram hooks it around. He can't add the extras. So 20 points to 8. St George Illawarra over Manly. 4 tries to 2. There's the restart. Fitzgibbon taken by Lyons. Crowd thought it was high. The touch judge has the sun on his eyes, but it was right in front of him. Pearson.
Just see that's a major problem for the Manly side, only completing 10 sets out of 21. St George not that far in front of them actually, but points are on the board. They need to be scored. They do come up with tries.
Brad Mackay. Bartram almost overran that pass. Ainscough. Tracy. Back to Ainscough. Thompson, he's knocked it on. Trying to keep it alive, the Dragons.
It's a major problem when you are in front by the scoreline of 20 points to 8. You're throwing passes that probably don't need to be thrown, and players are not putting themselves in position to receive them at the same time. Just trying a little bit too hard, the Dragons.
Let him in, let him in. Let him in.
Yeah, it's not the type of form you want going into the semi-finals, is it? You know, it just tends to be a lack of intensity out there today.
Well, this is Torrens. He's tried hard. He's got 2 tries beside his name. Tuvey always tries hard. Crunched on that occasion, though, by Pearson, who lined him up. Colella. Sidaris, the inside pass. Dragons were waiting for Ebrel. Now it's Kosef. Debutant Dragon Erdovic. And Sidaris puts it on the toe. Sidaris and Blacklock, you're going to back Blacklock any day, aren't you? With a good chase by Jimmy all the same.
Well, it was a very good chase by Jimmy Sidaris, but Blacklock very, very smart on the wing there. Just pushed him out of the road to secure the ball. But a good option because, as I've said, Luke Patton is so deep. Look, they run around 15 metres. He pushes him out of the way, which is fair. That's play on.
Like Vol now.
I think Manly lose a bit of strike power too, don't they, Brett, with Menzies playing out the centres.
Yeah, they do. I guess that, you know, they've got to try and look to throw the ball as wide and as often as they can to utilise the fact that he's out there. But unfortunately, as we've seen today, they haven't been able to complete their sets of 6 and control the football.
Speaking about controlling the football around the ruck, St George Illawarra are without Nathan Brown as well today, so his dummy half play has been missed.
I think when he is there too, they play that short side a lot better. They control the ruck area because he does get out of the ruck area. There's Nathan Brown there saying, please don't put me on camera. He absolutely loves it. But he's very good at that dummy half area. I think with him in the side next week, they'll be totally different once again.
Cliff Lyons kicking. The chase is there for Menzies. He gets a good bounce back on the inside. And Albert Torrens, he's got a hat-trick. Great chase, Manly. Good finishing. 3 tries now to Albert Torrens. If Luke Patton can do it for St George Illawarra, Torrens says, I'll do it for the Sea Eagles.
Well, is there anyone else there playing this game and scoring tries? No. Albert Torrens has come up with 3 tries here today. Once again, Cliffy Lyons getting the ball. I've already mentioned that, how far Luke Patton plays back, and there he is, around about 15 metres. Great crossfield kick. Menzies shows tremendous pace, drops the ball back inside to Torrens. Comes up with a 4-pointer for Manly.
Well, Wes, they've finally listened to what you've been saying, and it's a great little kick by Lyons. This is great skills by Menzies. Pulled that ball in, turned and offloaded, and Torrens comes up with 3. So between him and Patton, I wonder who'll get the 4th.
It's like that, isn't it? But watch the St George side. They all started to slide a little bit too early. They actually had to bring up the winger and Blacklock. That's what made the kick even better. The bounce of the ball was great for Menzies. But the little drop-off back inside to Albert Torrens, that was very, very good.
He's been relieved of the kicking duties as well after scoring 3 tries. So Adam Hayden will try and convert from about a ½ metre in from touch. Points the difference, so if he can narrow the gap to 6, the Dragons maybe in a spot of bother. Looking at a team tipped by many midway through the year when they're on a real winning run to actually go all the way, the Dragons. Hayden, not a bad attempt, but just won't have the legs. So it's an 8-point ball game, like it was at half-time. 16-8 at the break, now 20 points to 12.
This is a message from David Waite will be going out to the Dragons players. We're going to lift our intensity up, allow them now to get within 8 points of us. And like you said, if he kicked that, it would have been only 6. That's the try. It helped in that try. Menzies. Well, I think you'll see St George now, Illawarra, be very, very condensed in the ruck area with Andrew Farris sending those messages out to his players.
Mackay with the restart. And Lyons gives it to Owen Cunningham. Joseph. Kalala this time. It's one out stuff. Sidaris. The ball away to Adam Hayden. Final tackle coming up now. Hayden punching it down into the corner, sending Blacklock back. He takes it in goal. It's a good chase. Blacklock will play it 1 metre out from his own line. Ainscough to Patton.
You see Clippy Lyon there putting his hands up and saying that Luke Patton just jumped on the ground by himself. I think that was fair enough. That should have been penalised.
To his credit, though, Patton got to his feet.
Only because he realised that he was going to be penalised.
This is Thompson now. Barrett with Chris Lightvold. Barrett, he's put it down. Kosef claims it. That's the zero tackle. Great field position now for Manly.
Good chase there by Durdovic there to make sure he put some pressure on Barrett. Now Manly come up the ball with Cunningham taking it forward.
About 28 metres out from the line. Sidaris. Flick pass inside to Kalala. Taking some stopping, Anthony Kalala. Sidaris, and now Tierney takes him on. Lyons to Kosef. Got the pass back. Menzies standing flat-footed. Wrong-footed Lightvold, but he can't get away from Thompson. And Thompson's stolen it, one-on-one. Great work by Thompson. Refusing. Could have been a dangerous situation for the Dragons. Blacklock loses it. The football's gone to ground. The scrum will pack down.
Blacklock not really having one of those days where things do happen for you. This is Menzies going forward. Here is the steal. There's one on the tackle. Oh, just a fraction there, could have been two. This is where he comes up with a drop ball. Ainscough does the right things, plays to the whistle.
Every now and then we get a one. Standing.
Tuvey. Torrens. Lyons moves into dummy half. Gives it to Tuvey. Sidaris.
Sidaris looked at Neil Tierney then, he just didn't do anything.
Kosef. Lacking some imagination at the moment, the Sea Eagles. Somebody needs to get in there and take control of things. Tierney takes them on. Tackle's running out. Sidaris. Lyons. Dummying. Giving it to Andrew King. He's picked up and dumped. Final tackle coming up now. Cliffy's on the short side. There it is. Into the in goal. And Blacklock won't mess around with that one. Just handballs it over the dead ball line. So it'll be a restart from the goalposts.
It's good work there by Cliffy Lyons going to the line. They all knew the kick was on. They got off there very, very quickly, did the Dragons players. And Blacklock saves the day for them. We're one of the few completed sets of 6 for the Manly side here today. Now they get another one.
It wasn't a bad ending to that set of 6. I mean, if Manly can do that for another two sets, I mean, sides can very rarely hold out the opposition for 3 sets of 6 tackles.
– 21 minutes gone in the second half. 8 points the difference. King 45-metre drop kick. Tini takes it back to the 30. Sidaris. Manly keen to finish on a winning note. Kosef. Menzies. This is Tierney. Short ball, Cunningham. He's put it down. The Dragons have it. He's got a knock on both ways, but it will be the Dragons' feed into the scrum, no doubt about that.
Owen Cunningham didn't really think he was going to get that ball there. That's why he's come up with the drop ball. Neil Tierney, he set himself around about the third or fourth tackle to hit it up the middle, and then they get the ball to Cliffy Lyons to try and weave some magic on the edges. This time he comes up with a pass. Lance Thompson comes up with a very good tackle. Another knock on.
Go back to the touch, mate. Go on. You've been told about 10 times. Right, let him in. Go, Jimmy. Right.
Patton. Mundine. Ainscough. Taken by Tuvey. Wishart to Smith. Jason Hooper in the 19 jersey, dummy half, and this is his captain, Paul McGregor. That's the halfway mark. Mundine, Smith. Mundine. It's a good set of 6 by the Dragons. Work their way out of their own half. Now they've got the Sea Eagles pin inside their red zone, only 5 or 6 metres out from their own line. Through. Kosef. Papawati wants a run out of dummy half. Manly bench. Gardner receiving some treatment, a bit of ice on the right knee there. Cunningham, Kalala and Tierney.
Very interesting to see that when Peter Sharp does make his changes. Makes it just after. Here's a little short kick.
Read well by Wishart though. Menzies was charging through.
Well, that's what they need to do, Manly, is Patton once again get darts out of dummy half.
Taken by Admiral. The tackle had to be made because Patton could see there was a huge gap around the ruck.
This is just a little bit shorter, and I'll tell you what, that is going to work for them all the time, because once the Manly players get through and get that ball, so we're 3-on-1 as Mundine makes half a break.
Tried to step. Menzies couldn't do so on that occasion. Now it's Tracy, taken by Lyons. Mundine and Barrett. Barrett goes to the air. King goes up for it and takes it. Andrew King under some pressure.
It's good work by King, get his body turned so he can catch the back. He's hurt himself on that jump too at the same time, but Andrew Frew makes a good 20 metres.
35 out from his own line. Garrett thought it was forward. The referee wasn't having anything of that. Hayden plays it.
No fullback now. This is where Cliffy Lyons needs to get in and put the kick in straight away.
Patton running back now.
Well, the pass was marginal.
Erdovic, Hayden knocks it back, looks at it, and Fitzgibbon, well done to him. He said, if you don't want it, I'll have it. And now it's Hooper. Penalty. Manly inside the 10.
There's 3 of them offside, Jeff. 3 of them offside. Got involved with the play.
He's just saying that the players are offside, but even the referee wasn't back to mark the 10 metres. Never got involved in the tackle. That was Menzies. And then Andrew King made the tackle. He was onside because he was at the marker point.
So 8 points is the difference, and they're going to have a shot for goal here. an indication that St George will be happy to just get this one over and done with.
Yeah, I think they will. That's why they're taking the shot. I think they're just trying to kill time, get the kick over, get another 2 points in front. I don't think the Manly side have got 2 tries in today's game.
Almost 27 minutes gone. Fitzgibbon stabs at it, off the uprights, and Manly have it. So it's still 20 points to 12. And the Dragons not out of danger yet. But Manly, Brett, will certainly have to just get their act together on attack.
Well, Greg, I think, look, from this situation, I think they've got to have 2 or 3 of their big men just charging the ball forward and not even worrying about looking to pass. Just get some yards and then throw it wide. Put the little kick over as Clifford's done.
That's been cleaned up by the Dragons. Blacklock, Mundine, dummying. They didn't fall for it. Pearson to the halfway. Ainscote Thompson. Fitzgibbon. That's the 40. Manly territory. Barrett got the kick away.
Dragon!
This is King. Drew Barrett got a bit of a shoulder charge after he kicked the ball, but he's okay. Frew plays it. Sidaris got the pass back. It was sloppy, but the bounce was good, and Frew has it on the 30. Abawadi tries to go right over the top of them.
He's played well here today, hasn't he? Hopewadi stood up, he's counted. Jim Sidaris trying to milk the penalty as the hooker did the first job. Great pass there by...
Lyons to Menzies, back on the inside, Kosef. Menzies keeping the arms free. Cunningham puts it on the toe. The chase is on. The bounce is good for Ainscote. Can he get back into the field to play? Yes, he can. Well, that was better by the Sea Eagles, though. It was great scrambling by St George Illawarra.
Tremendous work both for the attacking side and the defending side, but now Manly have really got to get off their line quick and put some pressure on the Dragon side in this position. That's the pass that made it. Here goes Menzies, picks up Kosef. He's looking for players to say, where are you? But just beautiful work there by Patton to hold off just in time. Good little kick here by the front row.
And McGregor gives it back to Patton now for the Dragons. Patton with, thought for a moment he was going to beat Frew over on the far side. The inside pass beat Corey Pearson. He puts it on the toe. The chase is on. Cunningham is the only one back there, a front rower for the Sea Eagles. Well done, Owen Cunningham, to get back there.
That's a tremendous effort for the little big front row, you might say. Plenty of pressure on the players coming through and very, very quick, but he got himself in between the ball and himself and defenders. And here he is here. What's that? There's Barrett. I mean, he's got some pace, so is Mundine. It's just great work by the front row there.
Abawadi. Lines, and now Phil Adamson to the short side. Ainscote stood his ground, took him ball and all. Lines. Midfield bomb from Clippy. And Tuvey can't get there. Blacklock. McGregor.
That's a great tackle by Ebrel then. Tremendous tackle, nice and low. That's hurt McGregor.
It's the captain limping back. He's not too happy. The ball's gone to ground. Play on. It's been touched by Manly. Tackle start. The tackle count restarts. Fitzgibbon. Try here or put them away. But no, there's a knock on in there. Fitzgibbon not happy about it.
There's a tackle by Cliffy Lyons and Jeff Turvey holding him down, and then he wins, gets up to play the ball, he just drops it cold. It's a good refereeing decision, this. Just rolls over. Look, no one's got his hand on the ball there. Turvey's let go. No, he's complaining, Brad Mackay. He dropped the cold.
Torrens. So we've got about 8 minutes to complete a comeback if it's going to happen, Manly. Dragons, 8 minutes to hold on. Kalala. Hopewadi running strongly again. Got the pass away. Phil Adamson.
Hopewadi should get up the wing and get the front row then. Do some runs like that. Inspirational stuff for his team.
Cliff calling the runners back on the inside. Final tackle, and Frew will play it. Hayden, he goes to the air. The bounce is there for Tracy. And so the Dragons have it.
They're very lucky to get the ball there, the Dragons. I thought the ball actually come off Wishart. Wishart comes from nowhere to catch up the ball. I thought he might have got his left hand to the ball there. That man there, Tracy, I thought might have been just offside.
Well, the penalty goes to the Dragons.
Always giving the penalty for you. Something to do with putting your leg over the wrong way. Well, look, I don't know if you could do that, Brett Kenny.
We spoke about referees being consistent. I mean, there was a penalty there. He said that the player was holding him down. He wouldn't allow the player up to his feet. But the reality is, I think we've seen other players being held down longer than that and no penalty given. You know, that's all that players, coaches and supporters are asking for, is just consistency by the referees.
Now it's the Dragons back inside the Sea Eagles territory. Mundine. Still too early to speculate as to who the Dragons might beat in the first round of the playoffs next weekend. Still some more jockeying for positions to be completed. At the end of round 26, the final round. There's the kick. And Andrew King will pick it up and run it back into the field of play.
I think sometimes it's just very hard as a player to keep your mind on the job, knowing that you're already there. He makes another great bust.
Full back to beat. Cuts back on the inside. Blacklock chasing. Fires it out, and the supporters there and through. And that's a good try to the Manly Sea Eagles. Put it down to John Hopewadi, who has played out of his skin in the second half in particular. So the crowd here at Wynn Stadium stunned for a moment. Through gets his 12th try for the year, set up by John Hopewadi.
Oh, he's had a tremendous game, John Hopewadi. He's really changed his ways, playing some magnificent football throughout the last 10 games. He's been back in the first grade squad. And today, I think, has been one of his inspirational games to his teammates. And that run there, setting that try for Andrew Frew, is probably one of the best I've seen. Tremendous, outpaced a lot of guys. Look, he gets there, sets himself for the run, says, here we go, I'm taking you on. Pretty easy tackle, missed there by Hooper. And I'll tell you what, he got away from Blacklock for a while there, showed some great pace. I don't know how Patton turned around like that. Blacklock comes back at him, but Andrew Frew, being the winger he is, with the pace he's got, turns up at the nick of time for Manly, scores one at the black dot.
The flags are up. The extra 2 added by Hayden, and all of a sudden it's 20 points to 18.
Well, we've seen him do this all day, John Hopewadi. He's taken the ball, one pass off the ruck, and this was a great break, well backed up by Andrew Frew. Had the ability to read the play, knew Hopewadi was out in the open, went over for a great try. They're right back in this now, Manly.
Yes, it's 4 tries apiece now. Saw that amazing comeback against the Broncos a couple of rounds ago when they pulled off a draw, the Sea Eagles. Another try here will clinch an upset.
Greg, you mentioned earlier it's still hard to say who St George Illawarra will meet in the semi-finals, but from what I've seen here today, I know they've got two players to come back in Brown and Timmins, but really I just don't think on today's form they'd be able to beat any of the top 4 sides next week.
Well, a mistake here by the Sea Eagles.
In the case of not real happy with that decision there, saying that he did knock the ball on, as everyone does now, as players do. 2 in the tackle. You certainly asked the question from the referee. There's 2 in there. Well, that is a very slow play of the ball.
Mundine. Need to certainly complete this set of 6, the Dragons, and then try and get a repeat set, trying to just place the kick into the in goal and trap them in there. Pearson. Carney a dummy half. And now it's Barrett. And he's only 9 metres out from the line. Real pressure now for the Sea Eagles. Pearson. Mundine to Bartram. Carney just drills it into touch, looking to save a bit of time on the clock. So we wait for the scrum to pack down. Turvey wants it quickly.
Good option by the young guy there, knows that when the ball's out of play, the clock keeps ticking. Manly now have got to go around about 90 metres to score.
Wouldn't mind seeing a kick from the scrum.
Just give the ball to John Hopperway to come off your right wing and get involved.
Kosef.
That's a great run.
Turvey to Lyons. Cunningham got away from Wishart. Still going. Owen Cunningham. Inspirational stuff up towards the halfway. Can they pull it out of the fire? Turney has put it down. So the scrum will pack down just about on the halfway mark. And I think it's going to be the Dragons who will just try and control it for a set of 6 to see out the victory.
There's a real good pass there by Phil Anderson. A little bit behind Neil Tierney, but he should still been able to take that pass. Isn't that one of the happiest days as Neil Tierney? To try and break real quick here and get off the St George Illawarra side very quick, so they play at the set of 6.
Mundine taken by Turvey. McGregor. Beat 1. Taken by Menzies. And through. Bartram. The way it's shaping up, they're going to complete an unbeaten season here at Wynn Stadium. 6 matches, 6 wins for the St George Illawarra Dragons. Referee telling them to play it. This is Carney from dummy half. And that will be the ball game. It's full time at Wollongong. Relief for the Red and White Army to see their side win their last match of the competition before the playoffs. Full time St George Illawarra 20, Manly 18.
This has been a Fox Sports presentation.